guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to be talking about the new makeup releases for March of 2019. I am so happy that it's March. Today is March 1st when I'm filming this. I am so excited. Like, I am ready for spring to get here. The sun is actually shining today, which makes me so happy. I know it's not spring yet, but I'm ready for spring. So anyways, today we're gonna be talking about new makeup releases. So if you guys didn't know, I just started doing these videos. It's similar to Samantha March's like, will I buy it? Basically, I'm talking about products that are newly launched makeup and skincare items and whether or not I would be interested in purchasing it. But as you guys know, I am on a low buy this year for the whole year. So I'm only allowing myself to buy one new item a month. And that is including both skincare and makeup. So I probably won't be buying very many of these items, obviously. However, I still wanted to talk to you guys about if it was something that I found intriguing, if it was something I would be interested in. So this is kind of like a wish list and a no buy in one, and that's why I like these videos. And I'm actually getting kind of addicted to doing these. All the pictures you guys are gonna be seeing today I got from Trend Mood. As you all probably know by now, Trend Mood is the best place to find information on what is coming out because she has all of the insider information. So I will link her Instagram down below. All the photos you're gonna be seeing are from her, but I always have fun looking through her Instagram feed and seeing if there's anything I missed. That's one thing I don't like about Instagram. I hate that I feel like I miss so much of it just because of the way that they put things in my feed. You know what I'm talking about? Because you don't see everything you missed. It's like all out of order. It drives me crazy. Anyway, so I just go straight to her Instagram account and just look through so I don't miss anything. But what I was going to tell you guys about doing these videos, I am just doing them right now once a month at the beginning of each month. There's definitely a lot of products that I don't have time to talk about because it's insane how many new launches there are, especially if you're trying to keep up on drugstore and high-end and indie. It's like there's stuff every day and it's impossible to keep up on. So I was thinking about maybe doing these twice a month instead. I still don't want to do them once a week, even though I know a lot of my friends that do these types of videos are doing them weekly and they still have a ton of new stuff to talk about every week. I think I would get bored of them if I did them that often. So I was thinking maybe I would increase it to like once at the beginning of the month and once at the middle of the month so that I'm not missing so many products, but let me know what you guys' thoughts are on that. However, I will say I have a lot to talk about, so we should just go ahead and jump in. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to talk about, because it is everywhere right now, and that is the new Anastasia palette that is coming out. It is called the Riviera Palette. It is supposed to launch March 4th, it looks like, so just in a few days actually. So that palette, the actual outer packaging I think is super cute and different. I love that it has like the navy blue and white stripes and then the gold lettering is just like very nautical. I like that it's very different because I feel like all of her palettes, I'm just looking over at my palettes from her, all of her palettes are super similar, just like the outside is just a different color, but I like that this one is something a little bit more unique. Her Sultry palette was different too though, because it had like the glitter cover, but I never got that palette. So let's talk about the colors inside of here. So I keep looking down because I'm looking at my photos obviously, but the colors are definitely more vibrant in this palette, but if you really look at it, there are quite a few neutrals in here as well. So you definitely have some lid shades, it looks like, and you definitely have some blending shades and transitional shades. I think it's a good mix of colors, and actually the more I look at it, the more I'm like, ooh, I could do this in my crease and blend it out with that, and I don't know, there's just a lot that I would be very inspired by this palette, I think. And if it's the same quality as her other palettes, I think the quality is great, so that would be something I would definitely be interested in picking up. That would definitely be going on my personal wish list. I get excited and then I start talking too fast and I run out of breath. Pregnancy problems. Okay, so I was gonna say though, definitely if you guys are interested or not interested, I just wanna hear your guys' thoughts on what are you interested in on this list. But this is something I would definitely consider picking up for sure. And then as long as we're talking about Anastasia, she also came out with these new loose highlighters in 3 shades. It says Snowflake, Sunset Aura, and well, there's 3 different shades it looks like. So there's like a pinky color, there is a golden, and then there is more of like a silvery color. So these look interesting. I probably wouldn't get these. I'm not a big fan of loose highlighters. Plus, I just recently decluttered my highlighter collection and I'm really happy with how many I have now. I still have a ton, a lot more than I need for highlighters, but I just don't feel like adding to my collection right now. It'd have to be something pretty special for me to want to pick it up and add it to my collection. And I don't know, I didn't feel that drawn in by these particular highlighters. Okay, and then this is a sneak peek. I'm not sure when they're coming out. It just says spring of 2019, but Sephora is coming out with a Barbie collection, and it looks like it's a mixture of skincare and makeup, I believe. Yeah, there's definitely some skincare and some makeup, some sheet masks it looks like, and then there's an eyeshadow palette for sure. It's hard to tell from this picture, but quite a few different items. So it's Super Barbie, they call it. Sephora and Super Barbie collection. This is what it looks like. You know what's funny to me though? When you name something Barbie, you think pink and sparkly and glittery. And this collection does not feel Barbie to me at all. First of all the packaging is like a white and red, and there's nothing pink on here whatsoever. And I know it says Super Barbie, but it's still Barbie. So I have 3 daughters. I know this does not look very Barbie to me. And then the eyeshadow palette as well is like all creams and browns, and I think there's a gray in there it looks like, but there's nothing girly or fun or glittery or pink whatsoever about this eyeshadow palette. So I don't know, I was confused by this collection. When I first saw Barbie and Sephora, I was like, oh no, Lexi's gonna want me to get this whole collection. And then I looked at it closely and I was like, there's really nothing Barbie about this other than the fact that they wrote Barbie on the packaging. So I don't know, I was really confused by this collection. I wanna know what your guys' thoughts are on it. Are you interested in it? I'm definitely going to pass on it just because I think that it's just an odd collection in my opinion. All right, next up, this one is actually already in stores, I believe, and this is from Huda Beauty. Again, I don't have prices. I'm really bad at doing this. I've got to get better about taking my notes and stuff. Right now, I'm just like doing snapshots on my phone. So I need to like be writing down this information because you can't like scroll. Anyway, but this is from Huda Beauty, and it's their, what does she call them? The melted shadow. So it's a double-ended shadow. So it's a liquid shadow. One end you have like a matte, and then the other side you have your glitter topper. I like the concept of this. I do have a similar product from Touch in Sol, and I like the formula of that one, but I haven't tried the formula of these, and I think these are just new shades. I think she already had a few shades and she was adding more. The colors look really cool. They're kind of pastel-y, which I think is good for this time of year, but I don't know. I'm not a big liquid eyeshadow fan. I have a few and I really like the ones that I have. I have a few from the Stila collection, and like I said, the Touch in Sol one, but I just don't, I don't know, the texture of a liquid eyeshadow definitely takes time to get used to. It takes more time to apply it, so it's not something I use regularly, and since I already have a few of them, I just don't think I need more, so I would not be purchasing these. Okay, the next item, this definitely caught my eye. Like, I have to be very honest with you guys. When I first saw this, my instant thought was I have to have that, but this is from Too Faced. It's their new Cocoa Contour. So they did have, I think there were 2 shade options in their old Cocoa Contour. I can't remember, it's been so long, but I'm pretty sure they had 2 different shades, like a light shade and then one for medium to deep, and like fair to light and then medium to deep, but this is so pretty. The packaging definitely pulled me in. It looks like a, you know, like a chocolate bar, and it's just very sleek and very beautiful. I really actually liked the formula of their old contour palette. I thought it was really nice. I never picked it up personally, but I did use it on clients all the time when I worked at Sephora. I thought it was a really good formula. It blended really nicely. It didn't get patchy. It was really nice. So I'm looking at this and I really do kind of want it. I think if I wasn't limiting myself to purchases this year, I probably would pick this up because I think it's really nice. Now, I do have several contour palettes and I don't utilize them as much as I should, so I definitely don't need this, but something about it definitely caught my attention. Now, the thing is though, you do get 3, this is the thing I don't like about contour palettes, is that they try to make it universal so it works for so many different skin tones that you end up always, no matter what your skin tone is, having things in there that you can't use. The 4 powders that are on the lighter side, I would use all 4 of those, but the 2 deeper ones, the kind of peachy color and then the darker contour powder, I wouldn't be able to use on my face, obviously, because of my skin tone. However, I could definitely still use them as eyeshadows, but would I? Probably not. Let's be honest. Probably not. That's what I would say to a client. Oh, you can use it as an eyeshadow, but are you really going to pull out a contour palette and use it as an eyeshadow? Maybe if you're traveling and you want less products, but I could count on my fingers here probably how many times I've actually done that. So probably best that I'm on a low buy because I don't need it, but it definitely caught my attention. I think it looks beautiful and I'm sure it is good quality. Oh man, we're already 12 minutes in and I'm not even halfway through this stuff. Okay, next. This collection is killing me. So MAC came out with their spring collection. I think it's either already out or it's about to come out. I'll try to put all the information as far as that on the screen since I didn't look it up in advance, but the packaging on this, I want it so bad. I really want it. So the lipsticks and the lip glosses, really everything in this collection has, it's like white packaging. The base is, you'll see a picture. It's like white packaging and then it has these pink rose petals all over it. And it just looks so beautiful. If I wasn't on a low buy, I probably would go into MAC and pick up like my favorite shade of lipstick and then maybe one of those highlighters, like that pinky highlighter looks really pretty. But the eyeshadow palette looks super pretty as well. Very neutral, but all wearable. And it looks like one of their smaller 9-pan palettes, so it's definitely like a great size for traveling with. So, oh, I don't know. I really wanted that one. And then it looks like they're also coming out with a limited edition Fix Plus that has the same kind of petal look on it, which I don't have a Fix Plus in my collection right now. So if I was not on my low buy, I probably would have gone in, bought a lipstick, bought one of the palette and one of the highlighters and the Fix Plus. That would be the old Lisa, but not gonna do that since I'm on my low buy, but the packaging looks beautiful. I still really love MAC products. I don't feel like anyone talks about them anymore, but I think their quality for their price is actually really nice. I think it's really nice. I just think it's gotten overlooked and yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why no one talks about it anymore, but I still think they're a really good brand. Okay, moving back to Anastasia, she's coming out with all kinds of new stuff, but she just recently came out with this new brow product. It's called the Dip Brow Gel. Very interesting. So it looks like one of her like old moussey ones that, so hard to explain. The packaging is like a mascara wand and then when you twist it open you have like an actual mascara, but like a tiny little mascara spoolie that applies the product. But it's supposed to be a combination between that type of gel product and a dip brow. So probably like more intense and more clay based maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't seen these in store, so I really don't know, but it sounds kind of dangerous to me. I think if you have fuller, darker brows, you can kind of get away with a more intense product like that, but when you have really sparse blonde brows like I do, I personally like to be really precise with where I apply my product, and these types of products I feel like they get too messy on me really quickly. So it's not something I personally would pick up. I probably, if I was still working at Sephora, I probably would definitely be trying it on clients if they had the right brow type for the product. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it in store. I have not seen it in action yet. I've only seen the packaging and like the description of it, but that's something I'd be interested in. Let me know if you're planning to pick this up or if you have tried it in store. I don't know if it's in store yet. I think it might be, or it is very soon. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this item because I'm very curious. Next, there is a new product from Ole Henriksen, and you guys know I love Ole. Like, I have a lot of my favorite skincare from this brand. I think Ole is a great brand for people, first of all, with sensitive skin. He's really cautious about his ingredients, so it's really usually good for sensitive skin. But also I think it is really good if you're just like getting into skincare and wanting to try some high-end skincare because it's very like middle of the road kind of skincare. This is intriguing because it is actually a face primer, and I don't think he's come out with any like crossovers into the makeup yet. I think this is his first one, other than like a setting spray. He had some setting sprays, but it's called the Banana Bright Face Primer, and I haven't tried anything from the Banana Bright line, you guys. Like, I don't know. I'm a little slow on trying that particular line. I think I have like a deluxe sample size of the moisturizer, or maybe an eye cream, or maybe both. I don't remember, but I haven't tried anything yet, and I've heard great things about it. So I don't know. This really caught my attention. I was really intrigued by it. It's something I probably would have picked up. Definitely going on the wish list. I think that sounds really nice. Okay, I have to tell you guys right now, we're not even halfway through, but this month there was so much new stuff that is going on the wish list. I feel like there's more on the wish list than on the anti-haul this time, and last time it was definitely skewed the other way. So I don't know, I'm just like feeling, I think maybe it's because I'm like 2 months into this low buy and I'm like feeling the restrictions of it. I'm like, dang it, I want everything. But the next thing is from Makeup Forever, and this is supposed to come out in spring of 2019, so probably soon. Someone said that it's already been spotted at an SIJCP, so a Sephora inside JCPenney. But this is from Makeup Forever. It's called the Let's Gold palette. And how many shades? It has 18 shades in it. 6 are mattes and 12 are shimmery. The colors of this palette have drawn me in. I really want this palette so bad. I love how it is kind of in sections or groupings. So it starts out very warm, and then it almost like as you move down the palette gets more cool toned, and there's some pinks and purples, and then you have some greens and some kind of like goldy yellow colors, and I don't know, it just looks really beautiful. I just keep looking at this thinking of all the different looks I would come up with out of this palette, and it's $45. That's pretty good. For Makeup Forever eyeshadows are extremely expensive, so I feel like buying a palette is the best way to use or to try their eyeshadow formula. Their individual shadows are just so pricey, it's just not even worth it unless you have like one favorite that you want to pick up. But I don't know, this palette is really calling my name. I really want this one. This might be my purchase for the month of March. I don't know, it might be. I'm really loving the way that this palette looks. All right, let's move on because there's so much to talk about. So next, from BH Cosmetics, they're coming out with another one of these like circular shaped palettes. This is called the Zodiac Pisces palette. So it's from like their Zodiac line. This one's specifically meant for Pisces. So it's got a lot of neutrals in there, but you also have some pretty bold like greens and browns, or I'm sorry, greens and blues. And it is available now. I don't know, I have not honestly tried anything from BH Cosmetics in some time. Like, it's been a real long time since I've tried anything from BH Cosmetics. I still kind of think of them like equal to Morphe and Coastal Scents. I kind of group all of those into one little category of being that more affordable but not quite as good a quality brand. So it might be time for me to try something again from BH Cosmetics, because you guys, it's been years since I've tried anything. So I should really dip my foot back into it and see if their quality has gotten any better from what I remember it being. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing from them has really excited me. And this particular palette as well, it's not something that I looked at and was like, I need to have that. So I don't know. We'll wait, but I might eventually try it again and see if there's anything worth talking about from their collection. Okay, let's move on because this was very exciting to see. So there's actually quite a few brands, more affordable brands and actually higher end brands too, but I've noticed a trend with some makeup brands coming out with their own skincare line, and I have a few to talk about. This next one is Makeup Revolution. So Makeup Revolution is sold at Ulta, and they are coming out with it looks like a full skincare line. Like, there's a lot of products in this picture. It doesn't have a lot of information on it yet. Actually, yeah, it says it is available now online. So you have to get it online currently, but they have a lot of products, and I don't know, let me know if you guys have tried any of these yet. I always am a little bit cautious about trying a new skincare brand that I'm not familiar with. Definitely working at Sephora, I got a little spoiled and I got used to some of my higher end brands. So So I definitely favor those brands. Like if there's something new from Algenist, from Ulla Henriksen, from Kate Somerville, you know, I see those products and I'm like, yes, I need to have it right now. But whenever I see like a new skincare launch from the drugstore or from anything that I don't have as much experience with, I'm always kind of like, do I need to try that? I'm not sure. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys have tried it and what you think. Also, it looks like TwoFaced is branching out to some new skincare products as well. So some of the ones on here, this is a sneak peek, it says, are their Hangover Good to Go Moisturizer with an SPF of 25. And then their Hangover RX Good in Bed Hydrating Serum. And then the third thing is kind of covered up by an emoji, so it's hard to see. But yeah, it looks like they're coming out with their own skincare line. I don't know. What do you guys think of this trend of makeup brands coming out with skincare lines? I always feel, I think, a little bit more comfortable with the skincare line coming out with makeup than vice versa. There's so much more science that goes into creating skincare than there is into making makeup, I think. I don't know, maybe that's just me. That's my opinion, but all right, and was that the last one? And then I think I heard ColourPop as well was coming out with skincare, but I haven't seen it. I started getting way too much to talk about, so I didn't look more into that one, but I think that I heard that as well. So let me know if you guys are going to be picking up any of those skincare lines. I don't need skincare right now, so I'm trying to be really cautious about what I am picking up for skincare this year because my skincare collection is just insanely out of control, even more than my makeup. Like, it's just crazy. I'm definitely going to do a skincare declutter as well, but I'm waiting until I finish my makeup declutter and then I'll do that after. And so I'm really trying to focus this year on using up what I have and not expanding and getting new things. So that's my goal this year, but it's hard because there's products that I see and I'm like, I need to try that. So next, Viseart is coming out with a couple of new palettes. It's their Petite Pro palettes. They are adding 2 more color combinations. One of them is a little bit more of a bright, vibrant color. It has like a pop of yellow, a pop of purple, some kind of neutrals in there as well, but just definitely a little bit brighter than what they normally do in those smaller palettes. And then one is more browns and peaches. I think they both look gorgeous, and I love the formula of Viseart. Like, I really want the petite, or not the petite, I really want the, what is it, the large Pro palette? Is that what it's just called, the Pro palette? I can't remember. The really big one. The number 1 and number 2, I want both of them really bad, but they're expensive and I don't need them, so I haven't bought them, but I really do like the quality of their eyeshadows. I think they're really, really good. So yeah, if I were not on a low buy, I think I would consider picking up the more peachy one. The more vibrant colors, I just don't see myself using that as much, because usually with these smaller palettes, I like to bring them when I travel, and usually if I'm traveling, I'm not like spending a lot of time on my makeup, so I'm not gonna be sitting down and doing like a vibrant look. So I think I probably would consider the more neutral one of the two, but they both look stunning. Like, honestly, they both look really beautiful. Hopefully you guys don't mind a long video because there's still a lot on my list to talk about. This is why I was thinking about doing 2 videos. But next, another sneak peek. It looks like they are, TwoFaced is adding some new brushes to their Mr. Right brush collection. So previously, I think they only had 2 brushes. I want to say they were both like face brushes. One like big powder brush and then a smaller like highlighting type brush. But this is like a collection of eye brushes. Honestly, I would rather see TwoFaced come out with a ton of new brushes over skincare, because I think that their brushes that I have tried at least are really good. Like their little travel size brush that comes in like a little pink tube thing. I freaking love that brush. It's one of my favorites and I carry it in my purse for touch-ups. But I think their brushes are really good. I don't know why they don't have more brushes. So I was excited when I saw this. This is something I definitely would consider picking up. It does come with 5 brushes in this collection. I mean, the packaging looks okay. It doesn't look like anything too great, but I know from the ones that I've tried previously, the brushes I've tried from TwoFaced, they're really, really soft bristles. They're really good quality. So it's definitely something I would consider picking up as well. Okay, this next item really got me intrigued as well. I don't know why. Why are these primers getting so exciting to me? I don't know, but Beauty Blender is coming out with some primers, and I don't know, they just looked so cool. I really was intrigued by the one that is called Opal Essence, but they're coming out with, it looks like 4 different facial primers that do different things. One is called Opal Essence, and that one is like an illuminating primer. One is Selfie Shield. The next one is the Leveler. And the leveler comes in 2 different shades, so it looks like one for lighter skin tones and one for deeper skin tones, but they just look really interesting. I'm curious. I don't know. I'm curious about them. I think it's kind of cool that Beauty Blender is coming out with some new products outside of just like their makeup sponges and cleansers and stuff like that. So I was intrigued by these. Oh, next. Okay, I know I'm jumping around on brands. I don't have these like in order at all, but Too Faced is finally expanding their color collection of their Peach Perfect line. So that was something that drove me crazy when I worked at Sephora. When they launched this line, they had like, I want to say 8 shades or something in their Peach Perfect foundation. People loved that foundation, but nobody could find a shade match because there just was not enough shades. And it wasn't even just like the deeper shades. Yeah, they did not represent deeper shades at all. But also it's just, it was so spread out. It was hard to find a good shade no matter what shade you were, you know, unless you were one of the lucky few that one of those like 8 shades actually matched. It just wasn't enough shades. So I was really excited to see. I think they're only adding a few though. It doesn't look like they're adding very many, but at least they're finally adding to that collection. I wanted that foundation, but I couldn't find a shade that matched me. It was either too yellowy or it was too deep. I couldn't find anything that matched my skin tone. So I was excited to see they're coming out with some new shades finally, because that's been out for a while. Like I haven't worked at Sephora for a while, and that launched you know, a good 6 months before I left. So yeah. Oh, Violet Voss is coming out with a Sugar Crystals palette. So this is another very vibrant palette. I don't know, when I look at this, because it has kind of that rainbow or like shimmery kind of look to it, it feels like unicorn to me. That's just what it looks like. But it's got quite a few shimmers, but the top row is all mattes, it looks like, and then the bottom 2 rows are shimmers or glitter shades. It's $42. It's a very vibrant palette. I just don't wear a lot of those colors, so I think this is something I would probably pass on, although it looks beautiful. As I've been aging, I've been wearing less and less color. I used to love playing with color, but now recently, every time I play with color, I feel like it ages my eyes. I don't know, I never thought I'd be one of those people who said that. I was always like, oh, you wear what you want to wear no matter your age, but it definitely just accentuates the fine lines and wrinkles. So I've been kind of avoiding color or wearing it in a more neutral way. So I probably would not buy this palette. Not for myself, maybe for my daughter. All right, and then next up I have a couple of drugstore things to talk about. So I love drugstore products. I've been really interested in trying more drugstore recently. Last month I picked up a foundation from Revlon, but it looks like Maybelline is coming out with their Dream Urban Cover foundation. It comes in like a squeezy tube. It does look like it has a great shade selection, which is really exciting. So I don't know, this is very interesting to me. I really have been wanting to try some new drugstore foundations, so that's something actually that would definitely be on my wish list. It does say it's a full coverage foundation as well, which is usually my preference, so that's something I would definitely be interested in trying. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is these new Milani, well, it looks like eyeshadows and lip glosses, so it's both. They just look so pretty. I had to mention them. I personally wouldn't get these because I don't really like the holographic lip products, and like I said, I'm kind of staying away from liquid eyeshadows right now because I just don't wear them often enough to need anymore. But if that's something you are interested in, I think that these look really pretty, and I actually really like Milani. Milani is one of my favorite drugstore brands. I just think that they have a lot of hits in their line. It is usually just a slight bit more expensive than some of the other drugstore brands, but they just have so many great products that it's definitely a good brand to check out. So all right, you guys, that was a lot to talk about. So let me know your thoughts on these products. I'd love to hear what are you thinking about picking up? What do you think about all these new launches? Also, let me know if you want to see these videos a little bit more often so they could be just a little bit shorter. And I had a lot more that I could have talked about that I skipped over just because there's not enough time. So let me know about that as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. If you are new here, I hope you choose to subscribe while you're here. It does mean a lot to me and I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.